And welcome back to Flexible Games, where we are playing Satisfactory. Joined today by Osrock. Working on getting power, so you can see these long lines. So this stretch goes all the way back to the home base. And then this kind of branches here out to the ocean. And this goes out to the islands that have oil on them. You want to put that right on the corner here.
All right.
So the cable doesn't stretch across where the belt is going to go. But anyway, so this little guy goes all the way to this island out here. And on this little island, there's 2 oil deposits. And I think there's another one over somewhere. I don't know. I know there's 4 of them out here somewhere. Not exactly 100% sure where, but I know there's one out here. So I wanted to come out here and get her started. So it's a lot of busy work. It's been a lot of work getting all the foundations in, getting the trees and the foliage cut down, you know, getting all the stuff ready and prepped for said oil. And we've got the oil right here. Crude oil. I wanted to leave that out to show everybody. So let's get an oil pump ready to go. Glorious. And this guy, 40 megawatts, beastly amount of power, 240 crude oil per minute. Now you can overclock these babies to do more than that. So each oil pump can give you a full Mark IV belt worth of oil if you so chose. Okay, so first things first, we are going to get this guy loaded in here. And I'm going to use Mark III belt for now. Okay, there's another one of these guys back in here. So what I basically want to do is I want to bring, eventually, no, this isn't going to happen right away. I want to bring 3 full Mark IV belts worth of oil out to the base. The 4th oil, because remember there's 4 of them out here. The 4th oil I want to strictly use for fuel and supplement our fuel, but we need the oil first in order to unlock the next bit. So here's another pure vein. See? Pure vein. Glorious amount of oil. So let's see if we can't build another one of these. Production oil pump. Okay, let's do A4 right in there, maybe. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay. So from here, obviously we're going to double this up. See if we can't get some power here. You to there. Okay, so this one's going to come in. And basically, I want to pull all the oil close to base. Now, I know on the stream, we sort of set up a fuel depot out here, and this is where our fuel was. But we use fuel for jetpacks and such, and I really don't want to run 10 kilometers in order to get fuel for my jetpack or whatnot. So I want to do as much close to base as possible. Got to make sure I run these going the right direction here. So this conveyor, I think, is 270 a minute. So we'll have 2 of these coming initially. One of these I want to get hooked up to, fuel. There we go. Okay, so there's 2 of the 4. Now we're not gonna do too much more with that. Let's get another power pole out to here. And we're just gonna use a basic one. I'm not sure why these stopped snapping to foundations. If we do the regular one, they'll snap, but it's weird. So let's go out here. So you stretch into you. You stretch into you. Immediately starts pumping these things out. It's glorious. So this will be 240 a minute, whereas the conveyors I'm using are 270. So these are more than capable of getting these right now. And I don't want to push the power. I don't want to overclock these yet, because the power drain is going to go up exponentially, and we don't have the fuel yet. We need some rubber. Whoa. We need some rubber and plastic in order to progress, and that's kind of what this whole setup is all about. So we need to stretch the oil to the main base. Let's just go 1 belt right now, get this stuff started, because I don't have many materials for what I need. And believe me, this was quite the construction project. I just fell off the world. Let's see, get back up there. Uh-oh, this one was miscounted.
Oh, shoot.
All right. Now we got a little bit of a bend here. I tried to make the foundation sort of as efficient as I could. This one should take us all the way back to base. We have a little crash site right there. I think that's already been looted. I don't know if I'm going to have enough steel plate. I had like 500 to start with. Now you could try to figure out a way to get a truck moving back and forth, but if you're going to put that much time into figuring out a route for a truck, clearing the way and doing all that, you might as well just run a conveyor line. should match up there. Yeah, I'm definitely going to run out of steel plate. This is an interesting little bit in here. Do you have any steel plate on you?
Nope. Oh, actually, I got a few, but nowhere near enough.
Yeah, it's going to be a few hundred. So let me go back. I think I just went through, I don't know, 400 or 500. It's not a cheap run. That's for sure. So, all this to get plastic and rubber and fuel. Well, more so plastic and rubber. Fuel is just an added bonus. But I would like to get some of this. I wanted to unlock the Mark IVs, and I need computers to unlock those. So I was like, all right, let's see what. We only had like 11 computers that we looted, right? And so I was like, all right, let's see if we can craft computers. Well, that was one unlock. So I unlocked that to unlock computers, and then it was like, oh, to craft a computer, you actually need plastic. I was like, okay, so I need to unlock plastic, which is this process that we're doing right now, is trying to get plastic up and running. And it is a long ways. Let's see if I can run on the conveyor for a little bit of a speed boost. This limited inventory thing is starting to bite me.
Want me to place down level 1 conveyor so you can just come through and click to upgrade?
If you want, I guess it wouldn't hurt anything, but it would just fill my inventory up with plate. So that wouldn't be not really wanted. All right, I got 1,000 more beam. So I'm glad that little crafter has been going this whole time, because that. And also going this whole time is that encased beam thing that we did the last couple episodes. So that once we get to Mark IV conveyors, we'll be able to jump right into Mark IVs and really speed up things, especially like coal and steel. Very much help getting those super awesome fast conveyor belts. All right. Might not be the best place to, especially if you have, well, you know, if we bring a 4th in here, we can use this area up here as a sort of fuel depot sort of thing. Not too worried about that. All right. How far did I get with these? Oh, I got pretty far.
I hear a slug.
Yeah, I've been hearing one too. I just don't know where it's coming from. Okay, so 3 conveyor belt Mark III. There's also this thing over here that might be tricking your mind, but
Could be. Just a green.
Greens are welcome.
I think there's a yellow nearby. Let's see if I can find it.
So I've got an intermediate one right there. Kind of do a shortcut through this corner here. I figured that was gonna be just fine. Do it that way. All right, the home stretch. Almost back to the Conterium area that we had. Oh, I always do that. Just shy. Now is... Hold on. Nope, stop clicking that. Now, is this going to be too far? I bet you it is, yep. So let's get an intermediate step in here, right about there. I'm sure some of this will probably be redone when we do come through with the fuel, the oil for fuel. All right, now we're tied into the Conterium, sort of bridging this area. Now we're getting into where we wanted to go. All right, so here to here, here to there. Now it is time to figure out how we're going to do and of course I'm out of concrete. Oh man, I just don't have any luck at all when it comes to trying to survive this. Why is there text on that? Oh, Renegade's up there. Or his body was left up there. Okay, I'm a little close to this concrete that's over here. Let's see if we... I think there's storage up here. Don't have to run as far. Still quite some distance between everything, and I understand people don't want to see too much of that, but not much I can do. It would be just jump cut after jump cut after jump cut, and it would take me hours and hours and hours to get the episodes rendered and stuff. I've already been going for about 4 hours, and this is the first episode that I'm getting recorded after 4 hours. So it's a lot of work in between. Now I'm thinking we're gonna do oil down the middle and a refinery on either side. So let's see how beastly these refineries are. Incredibly large. And so you are going to go, I need a little space on either side. So if we go like, we don't need to be cramped. So there we go. And then if we go spin this guy around, and give ourselves a good amount of space in between. All right. Now in between here, we can do. I really hope that those are good to go. 6-ish. Now, at best, one of these will be plastic. One of these will be rubber. So each one of these use 30 oil per minute. I think they're both the same. Let me verify that. Yep, 30 oil per minute. So these are pumping at 240 a minute right now. So that is what, 6? No, 8. 8 refineries on every line is pretty good to start with. So this will go down to here. But each refinery, if we look, each refinery is 50 megawatts. It's insane. It's insane. So yeah, it's a lot of power. All right, so we're gonna bring this down here. We're gonna make sure we have enough for three different guys there. You to there. This can come down. And of course, we're gonna want a splitter right in line. And each one of these doesn't need, it only needs 30. So no sense in delivering more than a Mark 1 conveyor belt, because that's twice as much as it can handle, and I'm fine with that. As far as power goes, obviously we're going to need a stupendous amount of power in here. Let's go power up to there, over to here, and let's get one pole for every 2. I think would probably work pretty well. Let's make sure we got the power capacity. Oh yeah, we got lots of capacity. All right, so that fires these guys up. Holy cow. And we were already producing plastic, which is a good sign. So 8, a merger. Let's get you there. Get you out here. Naturally, we can extend. We can extend this. No big deal. But now we have stuff being made on either side, and I would like, well, we have rubber. 50 rubber would be nice. Then I could pop one of the crafts, one of the alternate crafts that I wanna work on next requires 50 rubber. I think it's the alternate heavy frame. Actually requires rubber to unlock, so we can grab that when it hits 50. Plastic would be nice. It makes 3 at a time, 22.5 per minute. How much rubber? Oh, rubber is actually a pretty good 30 per minute, and that uses 4. And that uses 4. So any alternate recipes that you can take from plastic and use rubber for would be beneficial. All right, here's the 50 rubber that I wanted. And good to go there. Let me grab a little bit of plastic, and then we're gonna head back to base. We're gonna unlock that alternate recipe, which then we can work on next episode. Oh, it's going to be a long run. Yeah, distance, unlike something like Factorio or, any sort of game like this, the distances in your factory get to be quite high. Which is fine. I mean, it's gives you a sense of scope, at least. Like how big these factories would be in real life would be immense. Especially just plopping down a space elevator. I don't think we're quite at that tech level yet. Okay, so this, I think it is right here. Heavy modular frame. Let's unlock this. I've got the quick wire somewhere in here. Let me put the rubber in. There's the quick wire. Okay. So, to give an example, the heavy modular frame normally is 5 frames, 15 pipe, 5 encased, 90 screws. The heavy version, or the alternate version, uses no screws, gives you 3 instead of 1. Oh, no, that's alternate. There we go. 1, right? And only uses twice as many resources and just straight up concrete. So it eliminates screws, which is nice because that eliminates the need for a secondary crafter to make screws for it. And then it just requires some concrete, which we are actually producing in pretty good amounts right now. But uses quite a lot of steel pipe. As you can see, 36 steel pipe versus the 15. So a little over double the amount of steel pipe. That one hurts. But we're also going to need encased beams. So yeah, fun times with that. The other thing we're going to want to unlock is the expanded power structure here. So the heavy modular frames, I can handcraft those. The motors, I can go grab those. Those are being crafted. And the computers. I might, in between episodes, actually jump on this because it would be nice to have access to the Mark IV conveyors. Not guaranteed it would work, but it would be nice because we are running a little tight on our conveyors in several places, especially our steel area. If we ramp that steel area up that we built, we'll be able to really radically increase the amount of steel pipe we're making, and that is going to be required to make encased beams to put on the bus. All right, well, that's going to do it for this episode, and I thank you for watching, and I will see you next time.